Hey beautiful people, welcome to my channel, The Thought Philosopher, where we talk peace of mind, mental health, and being your best self. Hi my beautiful people, welcome to another episode with me, Marcia Nyango, also known as The Thought Philosopher, and today we'll be talking about selective senses. Thank you for joining me on another episode. If you like something, if you learn something, if I just entertain you, kindly like, share, subscribe, and comment. Be much appreciated. As always, let's get right into it. So I know you've heard of selective hearing, and that will be one of the things we'll be talking about today, inclusive of all the other senses and why you should be selective of your sight, smell, touch, hearing, energy, and attention. So let's get into it. So first on the list is obviously selective hearing. This is both consciously and subconsciously. And consciously, I mean choose what you listen to very carefully. If it's songs, if it's a podcast, if it's a radio station, if it's someone who's talking, a motivational speaker, just a random individual by the road, be selective of what you're listening to. Most of the times we just hear things because we are part of a larger environment and therefore so many sounds are around us. So a lot of noise, a lot of sounds, a lot of vibrations, frequencies, all these things are taking place around us. But at the end of the day, we are the ones in charge of choosing what we listen to. So listening is the paying attention to a specific sound. So it is on us to choose specifically what we want to listen to. So if it's music, learn to read the lyrics, learn to know what the musician is saying, what words are in that song, what are you listening to. If it's a podcast, what are they talking about? Is it enlightening you? Is it demoralizing you? How is it making you feel? Be very, very particular about what you're listening to and how it is making you feel. And also, how do you want to feel? If you want to feel a specific way, then choose what you listen to carefully. The other point on this is you can actually change what you hear when someone says something to you. If someone says something negative, that does not have to be what you understand. You can completely change what someone has just said to you. And if it was negative, that came from them. It should not be processed within you. That should end somewhere. So put up a hearing wall when it comes to negative things that people say to you. So you process them differently. You understand them differently. So if someone says something sarcastic or a joke or something negative that doesn't align well with you, that should not stay within your system. The moment those words hit your mind, the moment they're being processed, you should process them as very different words. Whatever that person has said has nothing to do with you. It actually has 100% to do with them. So if someone insults you, makes a crude joke, says something towards maybe your appearance or your work or your potential or your significant other or just something that you genuinely feel is negative, you do not even have to confront this person. Of course, you can set your boundaries, but the job is internally. You hear something different, completely. You do not have to hear what other people have said. You do not have to take them literally. So, if someone says something negative in your mind, completely change it into a positive affirmation. Pretend they've said the most beautiful thing and let your life go on. So selective hearing, be very selective about what you choose to listen to, and at the end of the day, process negative things from other people positively within you. The second one is speech and silence. So we talked about this in a very recent video, which is the power of words. Words are very, very powerful. Be very selective about the words that you use to refer to others and to yourself. The universe takes it as one person. You are the same, the collective. You and the person you're talking about, your mind is taking it as the same person. So whatever words you put out there about other people, they reflect to be you talking about yourself. So learn to be very selective about your words. If you can practice silence, if you can choose silence, please do. It is not easy. It is very uncomfortable at first to sit in silence. It is something that I am currently practicing to do, and it is not easy to sit in silence, especially if you like talking, such as me. I genuinely love to talk, but I am consciously practicing the art of staying quiet. Shut up. Literally, just keep quiet. Words are very important, they're very powerful. Treat them as money, if I can put it that way. Treat your words as money. How many words are you using per day? Be very selective with your words. What are you saying? To whom are you speaking to? All this is energy leaking, it is emotional leaking. So the less words you use, the better off you are in terms of all the things that you can say that you want to take back, in terms of all the energy you're wasting. Be very selective with your words. Be very conscious about what you're saying, to who you're saying, to who you're speaking to. If you're speaking to yourself, be very, very selective with your words. The third one is sight. What are you watching? Where are you physically, and what are you seeing? When you look around, what is around you? Is it clean? Is it well maintained? Are the people around you, do they look healthy? Do they look like they're going somewhere? Do they have a vision? What are your eyes seeing? Are your eyes seeing beautiful things? As much as possible, put yourself in beautiful environments. Put yourself places where the eyes feel amazed, they feel uplifted, they see beautiful things. If it's nature, if it's art, if it's just other people in their fashion expressing themselves as beautifully as possible. If it's your environment, make it as clean and pleasing to the eye as possible. And I get that this might not be easy. It takes money, it takes energy, it takes a lot to make sure your environment is as pleasant to the eye as possible. But do the best you can. Do the little you can. Even if it's just removing that trash around you when you're done with your plate. Take it to the kitchen when you're done with dirty clothes. Fold even dirty laundry just so that it looks presentable. Your space should be as presentable as possible. I am guilty of not following this specific rule, but as I've always said, on this channel, we are a work in progress. We are always improving. Perfection is not but for a day or even less. Perfection, you achieve perfection for just a few hours and then you're back to being a work in progress. So always remember that we are trying to be better. We are being better. So as we move, just ensure that whatever is around you, when you look around you, it is in the best shape as possible. You are in the best shape as possible. When you wear something, make sure it's pleasing to your eyes. When you look in the mirror, be happy with what you see. Even if you're still working to your goals, working towards your goals of how you want to look, appreciate what is currently there. Learn to love what you're looking at, even if it's not where you want to be. But appreciate what is around you. Use your sight to be grateful when you look around your environment, your home, your work, wherever you're going for coffee. Appreciate it, be grateful. There was a time you might have been in a lesser environment. So be selective of your sight. Force yourself to go to beautiful places. Force yourself to be around beautiful people. Force yourself to clean your environment, so that you can please the sense of sight. The fourth one is touch. Be selective with your touch. I'm laughing because this is still a personal journey. Be selective with who has access to you physically. Be selective with who you have access to physically. So whoever is around you physically, be very selective of they might not even be actually touching you, but just that physical presence is very important. Who is around you and why? Just by someone standing next to you, you can actually pick up a lot from them. You can pick up negative energy, you can pick up positive energy, you can pick up success, you can pick up failure, you can pick up motivation, discipline. So be very, very selective of who is around you. And that is why they say your network is your net worth, by the birds of a feather. All those quotes are said for a reason, because the people around you, you will absorb their energy. And this is not about being snob. I'm not saying you avoid people, I'm not saying you stop hanging around people. I'm just saying that you need to start being selective. If someone comes around you, of course, be nice, say hi, but then exit around people or places that you do not want to be. Physically, do not be around people or places that you can feel in your gut instinct that is not the kind of person you want to be. And all of this senses that I am mentioning, they all require you to know what kind of person you want to be, so that you're able to choose and be selective. You're able to say, I do not want to be around this person because of A, B, C, and D. And that takes the courage to be disliked. We've talked about this book, and I think I want to do a follow-up episode on that. So if you haven't read the book, kindly read it, so that once I do the episode, we'll be on the same page or on the same book. So be selective. If you have to cut people off, it is what it is. They will be okay. Learn to know that people will be okay without you. Sadly, the world only revolves around you in your own mind and body. Hence, why you should be very selective. So be selective of who has access to you physically. Who are you touching? Who is touching you? You need to know, so that you know the kind of energy that you're allowing around you. And I used to be really against this, because I had this mentality that we're all human, we all deserve attention, affection, we all deserve to be heard and loved. But then I realized not everyone is on the same level in this journey of life. Not everyone is on the same spiritual level as you, mental level as you. And if you allow people who are at a lower level, they will drag you down. It is very hard for the opposite to happen. It is very hard for you to drag people up. To pull people up. It is easier to be dragged down. So this is why we're being selective of our physical presence, of our touch. And the next one is the sense of smell and scent. Be very, very selective. How do you smell like? How do people remember your scent? It is very important, and this doesn't have to be an expensive thing. I'm not talking about expensive perfumes here. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about how do you want people to remember your scent when someone is around you. What are they picking up in terms of when they breathe in? How are they taking your energy in terms of the sense of smell? So just maintain proper hygiene to the best of your abilities. If you can afford the expensive perfumes, go forth and prosper. If you can smell as good as you can, and do it, because it is very important. Even you, if you can take a whiff of yourself once in a while, you should be able to be very impressed. So practice smelling good, even just from the basics: proper hygiene, good showering, some deodorant, just the basics. Smell good, have that aura of a nice scent. And this also comes from internal maintenance. Take care of your internal self. What are you eating? What are you drinking? Working out, exercise, all that, meditation. It really does put your body in balance, and a balanced body definitely smells good. So take care of the internal as much as you're taking care of the external, and be selective of your sense of smell. And even the places that you are taking yourself, how do they smell like? What is the overall scent of
where you are. If you want to be around coffee smelling places, if you want to be around alcohol smelling places, if you want to be around flowery scented places, woody scented places. So direct your life in terms of scents. Today I want to be somewhere that smells like coffee. Today I want to be somewhere that smells like nature and wood. Be Degulu. Insist on those things. First them. Take it till you make it. So be selective of the scents around you. And sometimes when someone around you might have a very strong scent, and it really, you see how it starts frustrating you. So that's just an example of selective scents. The next one is be selective of your energy. Energy in this time, in this case, is your words. Words leak out energy. Your touch, your physical presence, your attention. So all this is energy, and you need to start looking at energy and all the things I've mentioned as currency. Look at it as money. It's the easiest way I can put it. So if you have 1,000 shillings to spend per day, so you have maybe just 1,000 words, and that's even, you have 1,000 words to spend per day, but you need to save so that you can invest, meaning you're trying to use as little number of words as possible. So maybe the quarter for the day, only trying to use 100 words or even maybe 50 words. You are saving energy as much as possible. So be very selective of where your energy is going. Attention. What are you giving your attention to? What are you focusing on? That is where your energy is going. So once again, we've been given maybe 30 kilowatts. What is kilowatts is a measure of? Anyway, you've been given 1,000 kilowatts of attention or focus. You need to be very selective of where it's going, and you need to store as much of it as possible. Just the same way with money. If you're given 1,000 shillings per day, so you have to use it and also save so that you can invest. So look at all these things like that. Look at your words, your energy, your attention as currency. You need to save as much as you can so that you can invest it. And saving as much as you can is so that when it is needed, it is there. You need this attention, you need this energy for your own goals. You need it so that you can create a life that you want. So save as much of it as possible. So that is it for today. Be very selective of what you watched. And if you watched till the end, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you like something, if you learned something. If I've just entertained you, kindly like, share, or subscribe, and see you guys on the